From the BG Podcast Network studios, brought to you by Chattahoochee Tech, this is your Paulding County News Podcast, bringing our stories to life with news, events, and what we're talking about in Paulding County. Like, follow, and subscribe to hear the latest news from the Paulding County News Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. For you, about you, from you. Call us now to get in on the conversation at 404-997-8655. That's 404-997-8655 or info@bgadgroup.com. And here's what you're talking about.
Welcome to your Paulding County News Podcast. I'm Melissa Carter, along with Doug Harding. A Marietta man is arrested for trying to defend himself, or so he thought. Plus, a local rapper gets arrested at the Grammys. We'll get your take on it, but first, let's take a look at our top stories. The Paulding County Sheriff's Office has ruled the death of a former Hiram High School star athlete as a homicide. 30-year-old Charles Baulding was found shot to death in his Riverbend Trail home last month. Deputies arriving at the scene determined the cause of death to be gunshot wounds. The GBI is working closely with the Paulding County Sheriff's Office on the case. While investigators delve into the details, residents are assured that there is no immediate danger, but authorities caution everyone to remain vigilant in their surroundings. Anyone with information should come forward by calling the tip line at 770-443-3047 or using the Paulding County Sheriff mobile app. This from The Patch.
A woman is missing and authorities are seeking your help. Jatana Squires is 35 years old, stands 5'9", and weighs 150 pounds. She has brown eyes, black hair, and was last seen wearing an unknown colored jacket, blue jeans, and occasionally wears a black or blonde wig. Squires left her home on foot Friday and is believed to have been picked up in the Paulding County area and taken to Metro Atlanta. She has a history of mental health issues, heightening concerns for her safety. If you have any information about Jatana Squires or know of her whereabouts, please contact the Sheriff's Office non-emergency number at 770-445-2117. You can also send a message via the free Paulding Sheriff mobile app. This from the Paulding County Sheriff's Office.
A judge has denied bond for Gerson Rodriguez, who is charged with the murder and the death of Georgia State Trooper Jimmy Siniscar. Siniscar, a Paulding County High School graduate, lost his life during a vehicular pursuit last month when his cruiser veered off I-85 and struck an embankment in Sewanee. Trooper Siniscar was attempting to stop a motorcycle for a traffic violation before the pursuit unfolded, ultimately leading to that fatal crash. Rodriguez faces charges of felony murder, first-degree homicide, felony fleeing, and attempted to elude, and reckless driving. Now, according to the crash report, the motorcycle driven by Rodriguez dangerously maneuvered between lanes, prompting Siniscar to swerve to avoid other cars. The trooper's vehicle crashed into trees and rocks, resulting in his death. Governor Brian Kemp expressed that Rodriguez's arrest is a step toward justice for one of Georgia's fallen heroes. This from Fox News.
All right, we're going to check your weather thanks to Angie Chavez Realty. We're getting there, Melissa. It is going to be partly sunny today. High in Dallas of 60, but a low of 36. Hiram's going to be about 59 and a low of 35. Thursday, more sunshine. High in Dallas and Hiram at 61, a low of 44. And then, once again, the rain moves in on Friday. We'll have highs around 60 and lows in the mid-50s.
It's funny you say we're almost there, Doug, because I've seen, like, on social media, people showing when the sun is going down when they get off work, saying, we're almost there to where it's not dark when we leave. Everybody's ready for spring.
98.7 Chat Tech, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
You know, definitely somebody that's motivated to want to learn a lot about brewing, because there's a lot to learn, and somebody that's really interested in the process that's going on. But if you have a more of a scientific take to it, that definitely helps. And understanding how to troubleshoot things, because things are always coming up during the process, and there's definitely a lot of troubleshooting and scientific method involved throughout everything you do in brewing.
The extremely low tuition compared to anywhere else. When I first graduated high school, I was living in Woodstock at the time because I wouldn't have been able to afford to go live on campus anywhere. So my options were more or less Kennesaw State or Chattahoochee Tech.
I've been bouncing around jobs and I didn't really know what to do. And I had a friend doing his biomedical engineering degree. Yeah, he told me to jump on board. I did that, and here I am, repairing medical equipment.
Visit chattahoocheetech.edu, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
We're back with more of your Paulding County News Podcast.
You speaking to social media from WSB's Facebook page, and a stunning turn of events at the Grammys last weekend. Rapper Killer Mike, who dominated the rap categories with 3 wins, found himself in handcuffs at Crypto.com Arena before the live telecast began. The Atlanta native was detained following an altercation inside the arena earlier in the evening. Now, Link Lewis says, pure freaking humiliation at its finest. Those 3 Grammy Awards was most definitely well-deserved for him, but the backlash of being humiliated and embarrassed on national television, definitely not. Marcus Flewellen said, let me reward that for you. Michael R. native of Atlanta, hero and champion of the community, supporter of all that be good in the hood, leader in scholarship of positivity, awarded 3 Grammys for his talent. Yay, Atlanta. And then Chad Goonan said, so he got into an altercation with someone and was arrested for battery like some other guy who just happened to be famous, even though this same thing happens to everyone who's not famous that is unlikely enough to get caught for fighting. And then Stephen Kuntz said, they did this to try and embarrass him after sweeping the Grammys.
I don't think they did it to embarrass him. Come on, man.
I don't even know what happened, but it's just amazing how you have one picture with him holding all his Grammys and then another he's arrested.
I think it was a misunderstanding. The security guard didn't recognize him or something like that. And so it was just a big misunderstanding. He's a really good guy, this Killer Mike.
Yeah.
Even though he has the word killer in his name.
Well, and then I'm sure everybody's like, if it was somebody else who maybe didn't look like Killer Mike, would he have been arrested? From the Paulding County Sheriff's Office Facebook page, Paulding authorities are still looking for the woman seen on camera backing into the Missionary Baptist Church building in Rockmart, as well as her companion who she brought back to the scene a short time later. Still looking for him. You can send a message via the free Paulding Sheriff mobile app if you know anything. Well, Jacob Bondi said this is obviously a mother coming to her daughter's rescue. John Bauer said, aren't churches about forgiveness? And Jennifer Munson said, probably under the influence of something. Hope she's found and has insurance to cover that damage. Your weird story for the day. Here's a bizarre one, and it comes from Marietta, Doug. A man is facing serious charges after an alleged showdown with invisible foes. 37-year-old Richard West is accused of firing a staggering 127 rounds from a .40 caliber handgun. But the twist is his targets were described as ninja-like figures that weren't there. The scene unfolded at J&R Cycle Shop, leaving destruction in its wake. West went on a rampage, demolishing a mini fridge, microwave, a desk, a TV, a space heater, and 2 computer towers owned by Robert Scaone, who is the shop owner. Now, West reportedly shot through glass doors, tore down ceiling panels, and even broke a bathroom door off his hinges. As if that wasn't enough, West didn't stop there. He made off with a stolen motorcycle after the chaos and now faces charges including criminal damage, theft, possession of a firearm during a theft, and reckless conduct. He remains in custody without bond, but, this is from the Marietta Daily Journal, by the way, but it's his mugshot that we're not television. We can't show the mugshot, but I think the reason that Mr. West, Richard West, is in the news is because his mugshot is one of those that you pass around to your friends.
And it's not the handsome mugshot.
Right. Yeah, it's not the hottie mugshot. It's the opposite.
What's happening in Paulding County? We've got you covered.
All right, so here's what's happening in Paulding County today from 10 a.m. until noon. Silly Science with Molly Cute at East Hiram Church. Silly Science. I need to know what that is all about. So call us. Let us know what that's happening with that Molly Cute. Friday beginning at 4 p.m., Galentine's Night Out in downtown Dallas. And then also Friday starting at 6 p.m., Parents Night Out at the First Baptist Church in Dallas. And Saturday starting at 6:30, 11th Annual Paulding Casino Denim and Diamonds at Greystone Power Corporation in Hiram.
I think this weekend, too, is where everybody's celebrating Valentine's Day, too. So if you need to make your reservations at the restaurants or get your tickets to the theater, it's probably the time to do it. I always have to drop a hint because there's a certain gender that seems to forget when Valentine's Day. No offense,
I
Doug.
know. Women are so forgetful.
I know, right? Oh, women, you can't even plan a thing, can you? Anyway, guys, Valentine's Day is coming up. Just know that. It's the same date every year. And a lot of times this weekend before is when everybody celebrates. Okay, there you go.
Angie Chavez is an experienced real estate agent serving Paulding, Cobb, and other counties in Georgia for 24 years. She is dedicated to serving her clients and has extensive knowledge of the West Georgia real estate market. Angie has won numerous awards for her sales production and is a $1 million member of the National Board of Realtors. She specializes in new home construction and is an accredited buyer agent. Angie is also passionate about giving back and supporting military, veterans, teachers, and public servants. Whether buying or selling, Angie Chavez with Atlanta Communities is the right choice. Call her today at 404-401-0739 or visit her website at angiechavez.atlcommunities.com. Hey, unlike others, Angie will call you back if you don't reach her the first time. That's 404-401-0739.
Life's a constant hustle. And at Credit Union of Georgia, our focus is crystal clear. It's all about you. Juggling a million things? We get it. That's why we're committed to providing the best service imaginable. We're not just your credit union, we're your financial allies. Knowledge is our power, from crafting basic budget plans to navigating the local home buying scene. Questions popping up? We've got you covered with fast, friendly answers. Because we want you to spend more time living your life. Imagine a financial institution that truly cares. That's Credit Union of Georgia inviting you to join us. If you live, work in Bartow, Cherokee, Cobb, Dawson, Paulding, Pickens, or Union County, we want you as a member of Credit Union of Georgia family. Because here, you're not just a member, you're part of a community that cares. Ready to experience banking that revolves around you? Call us at 678-486-1111 or visit cuofga.org. Credit Union of Georgia. Your financial journey, our priority.
We're back with more of your Paulding County News podcast.
Here's some heartbreaking news from Henry County as the 8-year-old girl struck by a car while boarding a school bus has tragically passed away. It's just gut-wrenching. Georgia State Patrol confirms Adeline Pierce, while attempting to cross Jackson Lake Road, was hit by a Ford Fusion last week. Despite being airlifted to Eggleston Hospital in Atlanta in critical condition, Adeline succumbed to her injuries. The incident occurred while the school bus properly displayed its stop sign, red flashing lights, according to Georgia State Patrol. In connection with the tragedy, 25-year-old Kaylee Andre has been arrested and faces charges including first-degree homicide by vehicle, failure to stop for a school bus, and failure to exercise due care. A judge set Andre's bond at $20,000 with driving restrictions. This from Atlanta News First. You've got to pay attention to school buses.
People don't. And your sports from the AJC. We'll have plenty of basketball, men's and women's, here in just a little bit on our next podcast. But Paulding County, not too far of a drive heading down to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So we got great news about the World Cup 2026, one of my favorite events to watch. I love the World Cup, both the men's and women's. So we're going to be getting a bunch of different matches. In fact, 8 matches for the 2026 World Cup, including one of the semifinals. So you're in Paulding County.
That's a big deal.
That's a huge deal, and it's just a straight shot down 75, whatever you got to do. So enjoy the matches, Paulding County. I know you will.
Oh, my gosh. And if you have kids that play soccer, because I know a bunch of kids do, and if they're into it, boy, you talk about a core memory, right? If you're able to get your kid down to the World Cup, that's amazing.
And Mercedes-Benz Stadium's a fantastic place to see a soccer match, too.
And a big round of applause for the champions of this weekend's Paulding County Special Olympics bowling at Stars and Strikes in Hiram. Kudos to the Paulding County School District Special Education and Student Services Department, turning into expert pizza and drink servers. It was an event pulled off by the incredible support from Paulding County High School's National Honor Society students and the Beta Club students from Harvester Christian Academy. This from the Paulding County School District. I always love that. And anytime a parent's like, well, what is your extracurricular? What are you doing? It's like, look, I'm doing some good in the community. I'm helping with the Special Olympics. So congratulations to them. And we will have final thoughts after this.
Whether you're new to church, have been a Christian for many years, or looking for a fresh start, you're welcome at New Season Church. New Season is a place where people can believe in God, belong to a family of believers, and become fully devoted followers. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. Join us for one of our 2 Sunday services, 9 or 11 a.m.
Hi, this is Pastor Steve Flockhart. Whether you're new to the Paulding community or have been here since the day you were born, New Season Church is a place where all are welcome. From our exciting children and student ministries to our engaging Bible studies and small groups and events, I promise New Season Church has a place for you.
New Season Church, just off Highway 278 at 4457 Atlanta Highway in Hiram. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. New Season looks forward to seeing your entire family this Sunday, and feel free to check us out online at newseason.cc. We believe what comes into our minds when we think about God is the most important thing about us. We look forward to seeing you Sunday at 9 or 11 a.m. at New Season Church in Hiram. Thanks for listening to today's Paulding County News Podcast. Follow and subscribe to hear the latest news from the Paulding County News Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. For you, about you, and from you. Get involved in the conversation at 404-997-8655 or info@bgadgroup.com. Did you know over 50% of Americans listen to podcasts weekly? Make sure you join us for our next episode, and be sure to share this podcast on social media with your friends and family. Add us to your Alexa Flash Briefing or your Google Home Briefing, and be sure to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.
This podcast aggregate content from other sources for informational purposes and is in no way trying to infringe on the copyrights or businesses of any other entities. All content posted up on the site is used under the Fair Use Copyright Law 107. All audio, media, and articles are copyrighted to the original owners. All audio in this podcast are embedded from YouTube.com and are owned by their respective copyright owners. No audio information are copyrighted or stored on our servers. The court ruled that linking or embedding copyrighted videos is not copyright infringement, even if the source video was uploaded without permission. However, we will gladly remove any audio clip upon valid request from respective copyright owners. Any owners also have the option to disable embedding his YouTube videos on other websites. News and press articles are owned by the respective copyright owners. Where possible, the appropriate accreditation or source of the article is given on the same page. The audio-video files on this site are for listening purposes only. Downloading of these files to one's computer is strictly prohibited. They are owned by the respective copyright owners. If it is in the organization's belief that the usage or specific content used on our site containing copyrighted knowledge conflicts with authorized use and or does not comply with fair use as described in the context, contact us through our contact page and we will remove the offending content immediately. Thanks for listening to the Paulding County News Podcast.